Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy Magic Miles here, and I'm going to be coming at you with a new series I made called Bizarre Brews, and this is episode number 1, and today's brew is going to be Tribal Wizards in Modern. Modern is my main format, and I just made like a really casual deck, and I've always been like fascinated by the wizards because they're so cool, and so I just decided to make a deck, and then I've just been adding on to it ever since, and this is what I come up with. I just started actually trying to make it good like a few weeks ago, so it still has a lot to go, but I'm gonna show you it. It's pretty budget, but like for how good it is, it's really expensive, and that's why I have proxies of most cards. Not most cards, just some cards I have proxies of, but yeah, I have like the commons and stuff. But yeah, let's get into the deck profile. It's wizards, and remember, if you like this, remember to subscribe or comment what deck you want me to try to build. If you have like a funny combo or just a tribal deck you want me to try to build around, you can just let me know in the comments below. Alright, so let's get into this. First things first, I'm running 4 Stony Brook Banneret. This card is really good. It is 1 blue, 1 colorless for Merfolk Wizard, and has Island Walk. It makes Merfolk spells and wizard spells cost 1 less to play, and it's a 1/1, so it's definitely a 4 of in this deck. It really makes it so you can play your wizards out and flood the field faster, and it really gives you that more turbo aspect of the deck. So yeah, there's 4 of those. Just gonna set those off there. And for my other 2-drop, I'm running 4 Void Mage Prodigy. What it is 2 blue for a human wizard. It's modern legal, by the way, too. It's a 2/1 for 2. 2 blue, sacrifice a wizard, counter target spell, and it's a morph too. So it's really good. Like, sometimes my opponent either forgets about it, or just like it can be very problematic because if they have a big threat coming down, they have to kill him before they can do it. So it's a really good card, and it just counters, and you can play for his morph and flip it up. And I have ways to flash it in, which is really cool in this deck. So yeah. Yeah, that's it for the 2 drops. Only running 2, but they're pretty good. And now for the 3 drops. I'm running 4 Sage of Fables. What's this guy or girl? I don't even know. It's a 2 colorless, 1 blue for a Merfolk Wizard. It's a 2/2, and each other wizard creature you control comes into play with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. And you can pay 2, remove a +1 counter, and draw a card. So this card is really good. It gives your smaller wizards a huge boost. So it's pretty good. Just get out really quick with Stony Brook. You can make him cost a lot less, so really good to just get out. Now I'm running 3 Reflector Mage. Yeah, you didn't know I was running white. Yeah, he is a human wizard, 1 blue, 1 white, and 1 colorless. You probably know what he does. He's in standard right now. He's very popular. When he enters the battlefield, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. That creature's owner can't cast spells of the same name until your next turn, and it's a 2/3. So it can, if I have, I don't know why this looks different, but if I have him out, he's like out of bolt range, which is like really cool actually, because if I have Sage of Fables, he can be a 3/4, which is really good because I can even cast him for 2 mana, and there's also ways to flash him in that is really, it's like really good. And now for my last 3-drop, I'm running 1 Vidilian Click. It's a wizard and it has flash. It is so good in this deck. It is just obvious not to run it. I would run more, but it's a pretty expensive card. So I don't want to have this deck be too expensive because I'll probably end up making a budget for this series, but I'm just kind of winging it and just doing whatever. Alright, well now we got Sower of Temptation. 2 blue, 2 colorless for a fairy wizard. It has flying. It's a 2/2. When it comes into play, gain control of target creature as long as it remains into play. So you can like play this like take control of their take control of their Tarmogoyf, and it's just really good. You can just attack. It really it can be like a win condition on itself. Like it's good if they have a huge creature. Like if you're playing like against Tron or something, they have a huge worm coil or whatever. You just get that honey and swing in. It's really good actually. So yeah, that's a really good thing to run in the 4-drop slot. And now for the 1-ofs in the 4-drop slot, I'm running 1 Venser Shaper 7. He's a legendary creature, human wizard, 2 blue, 2 colorless. I don't like this art, it's just the one that the proxy thing gave me. The other one's better, but whatever. It has flash, and when it enters, you can return target spell or a permanent to its owner's hand. So it's kind of like a remand too. It's flash, and it's a body, and it can cost less, and it can come in with +1. So it's really good synergy there. And I'm running Master of Waves. He's a Merfolk wizard, protection from red. Elemental creatures you control get +1/+1 whenever he enters. I can put 1/0 blue elemental creature tokens onto the battlefield equal to devotion to blue. So he's really good because there is a lot of like double blue creatures. We got Venser, we got Sower, we got Vidilian Click, and we got Void Mage. So if you pop that out late game, it's gonna be a lot. It can be a win con on itself. And then I have Glenn, Alendra, Archmage. She has an infinite combo. Not infinite, really, but like it could be if you had a sack outlet, but it's white, so it doesn't have that stuff. But yeah, she's a wizard, so when she enters, so you can sack her either from that or like Void Mage Prodigy to counter stuff. She uses a persist and comes in with the +1. She can just use her persist as much times as she wants, because as long as you have Sage of Fables out giving her +1 since she's a wizard. And she's just a good card on herself. Countering non-creature spells is really relevant in today's meta, so I definitely want to run her. I definitely want to run one of her at least. So that is actually it for creatures. And so let's go on to spells. Alright. Now for 1-drop spells, we got 4 Scouts Warning. This just brings us... I just found this the other day. It just brings the deck to a whole nother level, because like it's so good because it has counter magic in it, which I'll get to later, and you'll see just in a second. It has counter magic, so you want to leave mana up, but if you have this, you can like go end of turn, flash in Void Mage, counter their stuff without them knowing, flash in that. Best of all, you can flash in Reflector Mage during your opponent's turn, only for 4 mana, and draw a card and bounce their things. It's just really good because they're not expecting it at all. And you can leave up mana for a Cryptic Command or Mana Leak or whatever counterspell you have. So yeah, it's a 1 mana. You get to draw a card, just cantrips either way. So it's a decent card even to play on turn 1. So yeah, I'm definitely running that. It's a 4-of. It's a really good thing I found in the deck. And now for another cantrip, I'm running 4 Serum Visions. It's just to make the deck a lot more consistent. Just to scry to and draw a card. Just really helps out the deck a lot. So yeah, it's kind of explainable why I'd run that. And since I'm running white, I'm obviously going to run 4 Path to Exile. This card is straight up amazing. It's the best removal spell in Modern, in my opinion, right now. And I was running black in the deck with like Go for the Throw and like Viscera Seer to scry infinite times with Glen Alendra combo. But I decided to take that out because this is just a better removal spell, and like I had a Gurmag Angler and stuff, but that wasn't really, it didn't fit along with the wizard and wasn't too consistent. So now for 2 mana, I'm running 3 Mana Leaks, just a solid counter spell. I might get some Remands, maybe like 2 Remands and 1 Leak, or I can just bump them up more. I don't know. I have Void Mage Prodigy to counter, so you might think this is a weak control package, but it does the job sometimes. It does what it's supposed to do. But and then for the more control, Cryptic Command, just you know what it does. It's so good, especially in this deck since it's like so much blue. So yeah, it wins games on itself and it counters crap. So, and I'm running a Jotai's Command. I'm just trying this out. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but I just put this together. So it does it returns converted mana cost 2 or less. So we can return a lot of stuff like a Void Mage and just and Void Major, the guy that makes them cost, Banneret. You can return them, which isn't like the most thing you'll do, but you gain 4 life, which is really relevant and gets burned because it's so popular. Counter creature spell, really good, and you get to draw cards. So it's doing everything the deck wants to do, and it could be good. I don't know. I'll try. I have a lot of 4 mana cards, and I might think about bumping it out. I mean, just taking it out, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. And now for the land base, this is a super cheap land base. I just put this together just to see how it would work. It's pretty trashy. Like, it's kind of self-explanatory. You would just have flooded strands, hollow fountains, and yeah, but this is just really, really budget. Alright, so I'm running 4 Glacial Fortress, which is pretty good. And then 4 Prairie Stream, because I run a ton of basics, because like most of the deck's blue, it's just kind of splashing white, so I run a lot more blue than that, so that usually comes in untapped, but if not, it's really not that big of a deal. And then I'm running 1 Fairy Conclave just as a, this is like a 2/1 flyer. It's really good. Like in the late game, you have nothing to do or you can't draw cards, just play that. And then now for basics, I'm running 4 planes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 9 islands. Let's look at those arts. I really like the art on the older looking ones, that's why I'm using them. Yeah, so that is it for the land base. I think it's 22, yeah, definitely 22 lands in that. At 22? Yeah, 22. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it has 22 lands and all this other stuff. It's really cool. It's just a, yeah, as I said, bizarre brew. It's nothing too competitive, and as you can see, some of the cards can get a bit pricey, but I don't actually have all the cards for it, so I didn't waste all my money on that. But yeah, it's just something I've been working on and testing out with my friends. It's been doing quite well, and yeah, I'm gonna, if I ever change it or anything, I'll post a new profile of it. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Remember, this new series, you can just comment what you want me to do. If you want me to, what decks you want me to do or whatever, just leave in the comments. Alright, peace.